Okay, previously we talked about the market basket analysis, the three measures, support, confidence, and lift. Okay, using a simple example, make sure you know how to calculate those three measures using the example given there. Okay. Next, another informative data mining method is called ABC classification. This is also widely used for marketing applications. For instance, a lot of times we want to classify our customers based on certain criteria. Okay, based on the revenues, based on the profits that we generated from them, based on other figures and so on. Okay, and then once we identify a variable or criteria, and then we can classify customers into different groups, A, B, and C. Okay. Sometimes we also give more meaningful names like platinum group, gold, or silver. Okay, but idea is the same. Okay, we use one variable to classify customers. The next slide shows, for instance, if we use revenue, we can have three classes. For A class, we have customers who are the top 20%, and then B class is the next 30%, and the C class is the lower 50% of customers. Okay, so just a way to identify customers based on the revenues figures. A related technique or method, also informative, is called weighted score tables. Here, we can also classify our customers based on actually more than one variable. Okay, based on age, based on income, based on region, and so on. Okay, for instance, we have some business rules derived from past experience that or based on our target market. Okay, assuming that we want to target people from 20 to 29 years old, so people in that group get a 10 point. Okay, then for people in the 10 to 19 years old age, they get 7 points, and for older generation, they get 2 points. Okay, and similarly, we give a point to each income group based on our experience or based on our target market. Similarly, we give a point value to the region where they come from. All right, and not only that, we're going to assign a weight to each variable. Okay, like 30% for age, 50% for income, and 20% for region. Okay. And again, the weights are given, okay, based on historical data or some knowledge that we obtained somehow, somewhere. We decided that 30, 50, and 20 is a proper distribution of weights. Okay. And with that information, we can then calculate a score for each customer. Okay. Example shown there for customer 2, his score would be a 6.1. And then similarly, we can calculate score for customer 1 and customer 3 and so on. So this way, we can classify every customer based on the score that we calculated for them. And then based on the score value, we can then rank customers and then devise different marketing strategies for different groups of customers and so on. Okay. Finally, data mining and terrorism. As an aside, actually, is that data mining is also widely used by the public sector, by the U.S. government, for instance. And one famous example is the 9/11 terrorist attack. Triggered a data mining application that had been developed and then within 16 hours or so, the system identify 419 names of interest, and the list was delivered to the authorities prior to the names being made public. Okay, so that's one real data mining application. In this case, used in the fight against terrorism. All right. To summarize, again, we have all kinds of data mining methods, and we can group them into two major groups: informative or explorative or unsupervised learning. And they include clustering, ABC classification, association analysis, and weighted score tables. Okay, and the second group is predictive or supervised learning, and it includes regression, both linear and nonlinear regression, and also a decision tree. Okay, an application question for you to decide which method will be appropriate for these kind of questions.